What's going on, Bulls Nation? Peck here from CHGO Bulls. We got a live postgame show for y'all on deck. Bulls beat the Pistons 122-112. Zach goes nuts in the fourth quarter. Vuce shot the lights out. Coby shot the lights out. We're bringing it all down next, right here, CHGO headquarters. What's going on, Bulls Nation? Welcome in to CHGO Bulls postgame, coming to you live from our studios here in West Loop, downtown Chicago. I'm Peck, Bulls_Peck. That's Big Dave. Bow. Bow. BAWL Sports. Bow. In your face. Will the Gottlieb. Perfectly coiffed. Great hoodie, Will_Gottlieb. And our queen of the controls, the one and only Kitty Duffy. Bringing down a Bulls win over the Pistons, 122-112. The final. Bulls get back in the win column after a couple of rough outings.
Come on, Katie.
Bulls win.
Come on, Katie.
Bulls win.
Do it for Detroit because they suck.
Bulls win.
Drop the bomb on them, Katie.
Bulls win.
Suck it, Pistons.
You know, I heard at some point in time that they were, in fact, straight up bitches.
Well, what do you know?
I heard that from Uncle Horace.
Well, you've been short immortalizing it.
In a well-viewed documentary.
Yes, a well-viewed and constantly viewed documentary, yes.
Always on loop.
Always on loop, man.
Do what our guy Joe Keep is telling you to do there on the bottom third. Hit that like button. Thank you for joining us, Bulls Nation. Throw us a super chat if you're feeling generous tonight. We'll get to as many of y'all thoughts on tonight's Bulls win as we can as we move forward. Wow. Well, so the Bulls shot 25% on 56 three-point attempts in their loss to the Rockets last night. Not great math.
No.
Tonight's math was much better. They shot an even 50%, 23 of 46 from downtown.
Wow.
The Bulls this season, through 15 games, have already matched their season total from last year of number of games with 20 or more made threes.
Wow.
Wow, bro.
Yeah, that's right, Coby. And courtesy to you because you made 5 of those on 5 of 10, 50%.
Wow, bro.
Good job, Coby.
It was insane. Like, the threes they were making, I mean, I don't even know who to start with on this. I guess I'll start with Vuce because he had 6 of them things, which was crazy for your center to do that. Vuce was cooking them hard in the first half. Like,
he had 13 points in the first, 6 minutes.
It was crazy. Like, it was just cash money. He is an Army, better yet a Navy out there for that young man. It was nuts. And then in the second, you caught that? Thanks, Will. And then in the second half, I mean, he still kept doing his thing, but he kind of chilled out a little bit. Coby was kind of, just very steady with his, you were like, yeah, that's a regular Coby thing like that. Then they get to the fourth, and Zach said, wait, ain't nobody tell me the party started. Nobody told me the party was going on. I'm in here to play. I want to play. And Zach just carried them over the – what do you carry somebody over?
Finish line?
No, that's not what I wanted to say.
Over the hump?
Over what do you carry your wife?
Threshold?
Thank you. Carry him over the threshold, man. That's what he was carrying him over, man. It was amazing to watch. Like, it was just amazing to watch. When Zach gets cooking like that, it is truly, truly special to watch him play basketball. Like, you just look like it's the easiest thing in the world for him when he is cooking like that. And he did it in a myriad of ways. Wide open, yup. Catch and shoot, for sure. Step backs, gotcha. 30-footers in your face. It was ridiculous. He had them all, man.
Step back.
Cash.
Giddy was wide open and was like, nah, Zach, you take
You got that. Something tells me you should have the ball, Mr. LaVine.
He was right.
And he was damn right. And I mean, Zach with the catch and shoots from the corner. He hit one of those earlier in the game as well. I mean, he just had it all. And again, that looked like, as you continue to harp, Will, that looked like a winning player out there. Zach LaVine was on some winning stuff tonight, man. You need that guy in the fourth quarter. I've said it a million times. Like, who's going to be that guy in that fourth quarter? Who's going to be that guy? Supposed to be Zach. Well, Zach said, well, you damn right. It's going to be me tonight. I'm for sure going to carry this team. I don't know what it is about Detroit that Zach likes playing Detroit like that. Probably the same thing about Charlotte. When he plays Charlotte, maybe they just,
They don't guard.
I was about to say bum teams, but yes. But yes, man.
It's a woozy, it's a wazi.
It's woozy. Either one works, I'm telling you. But yeah, it's just really impressive to watch him cook like that because the game just looks so simple and so easy to him when he's flowing.
Yeah, you mentioned Vooch going off in this game, and he really did. 6 of 8 for 3. Zach LaVine did that in the fourth quarter alone. Literally 6 of 8 for 3.
Man.
He had 0 turnovers, didn't have any assists, but like it was just put his head down and score. And that's what the Bulls needed. Like you were saying this in the end of the second quarter. You were saying how you felt like Zach was kind of fitting into the system, being a part of the offense. Yeah. And then like the last couple of minutes, it's okay. It's closing time. Like, let me cook a little bit. And like, it was like that times 100 in the fourth quarter.
Yes.
Where literally, I mean, I think the Bulls probably would have been able to like figure out a way to win just because like the Pistons were not playing very well, even if Zach didn't go like this. But then when you're able to basically just like come up, hit a 3, get over a screen, pull up 3 in a row, like that just breaks the game open. And it just gives you guys so much more confidence to be able to finish out a game. And I think it was really demoralizing to the Pistons. You saw after that, they started turning the ball over. They started missing layups.
They said, oh, we're the Pistons.
And we talked pregame about like them being more of an NBA team. And I think that's true. But even still, they just like had some moments where it was like, what are we watching here? But credit to the Bulls. Like they took advantage. Both teams on the back-to-back. And luckily the Bulls had enough time last night to get some rest. And you could see that they were fresh enough to take this one home. And yeah, Zach was just unbelievable.
Unbelievable, man.
Yeah. Boss Herm in the comments saying fans owe Zach an apology. Some fans maybe do. Some fans, I think, have always had a healthy, realistic expectation of who Zach LaVine, the player, is, his strengths, his weaknesses, and just coming into this season being what it was, and like a sort of like false started rebuild, a youth movement, whatever it is, and Zach's awkward place in that. Yeah. After all that's right. That's the false start symbol goat.
Thank you.
This guy knows his NFL officiating hand signals. And like being very curious how it was going to go with Zach still being here when it was widely reported from all over the place that Zach wanted out and the Bulls wanted to help Zach get out.
Yeah.
And he's still here.
Get out.
And like, honestly, even as cynical as I could be as a Bulls fan, after his fifth made 3, fourth made 3, sixth made 3 that fourth quarter, that when he was coming back down the other end, he had this just giant, like, Zach LaVine does have $1 million smile.
He does.
And shout out Ramina. And seeing him smile like that, when he is just pouring it in the fourth quarter of a game that the Bulls go on to win, and him being a big reason for that, like, wherever you are on the Bulls fan Zach LaVine feeling spectrum, how do you hate what you just saw tonight in any capacity? How do you not love it?
No, I loved it. It was because it was awesomeness. It was greatness. Like just watching him just be that on. It was very few and far between last year because of the injuries, because of everything that was going on. And again, not a lot of fans and a lot of NBA people forgot who he was. And we talked about this in the offseason. He was going to have to improve a lot this season and remind people exactly the kind of player that he is. I am a winning player. I am a dude you can put on a team, and I will make your team that much better. This proves it for me more than anything because they needed this in the fourth quarter. Vooch wasn't going to be the one to carry. He wasn't going to get 40. You know what I mean? And carry you there. He was going to hit 30 and close to it for sure. But you needed somebody to get you over because the Pistons were still hanging around, even though Vooch was getting those buckets, even though Coby was doing his thing. They were still hanging around. And Josh Giddey, too. I don't want to leave him out because he definitely, I thought, had a really solid game, and we'll get into that for sure. But I really like how Zach said, oh, okay, this is where I fit. I fit right here, right now. Give me the basketball, cash, paper, on and beyond, all the time. That's how he rolled. Zach LaVine is really good. I just need that to be understood. Damn, that rhyme. Zach LaVine is that dope, though, man. Like, and when it's on like that, we're going to see this replayed a lot. When you turn on your NBA TV, you're going to see this being replayed a lot, as you should, man. And it was just awesome to watch, man. It really was.
Fish saying hopefully the rest of the NBA remembers that Zach, what Zach is with 2 first-round picks. D'Angelo saying Zach's been the man. Just got to limit those turnovers. You pointed out, didn't have any of them tonight. Or no, he had 1.
None in the fourth quarter.
None in the fourth quarter, though. Yeah.
Got to accept them, though.
For plenty of years, plenty of games, Bulls fans have been, bemoaning the Zach LaVine fourth quarter turnovers. But not tonight. Yes, and as Chris X pointed out in the comments, we got good Josh Giddey tonight. Look, I think, Goat, you just said it as we were getting ready to go live. Giddey was off the floor again down the stretch of the fourth quarter tonight. However, he was on the floor for a good stretch of the fourth quarter. I think it was like a timeout around maybe the 3.5 minute mark that Billy Donovan elected to go with Io over Giddey for the final 3 minutes and change, and the Bulls at the time protecting maybe an 8-point lead. There is that element of it. The whole Giddey has just not been on the floor down the stretch of tight games this season. Billy has continually made that decision. That can be true, and it can also be true that I think Josh Giddey had a much better game tonight than he had last night. He was a positive, plus 13 in fact, and a very Giddey-esque stat line of 11, 10, and 8. I also do think maybe the Pistons did not hunt out Giddey as aggressively as the Rockets did last night, Will.
I think they did at times, but it just wasn't working. There was one play where, and Giddey, to your point, was part of a 10-0 run that the Bulls went on midway through the third quarter. I think 3 of those were Zach LaVine threes, but to his credit, he was contributing to that. And one of the plays was the Pistons pulling him into pick and roll, getting Vooch up at the level of the screen, and then Cade going at him. And Cade beat Giddey, but wasn't really able to turn the corner on Vooch also. Got a shot blocked. Vooch hit the ball ahead, and Giddey had a nice behind the back, and then transition dunk. And then there was another layup after that. So, Giddey, I think he did play well, but it's just an interesting contrast because, the defense is one thing. I don't think he's ever going to be at a point where he's a premier defender, but there's things that the team can do to insulate against that a little bit better. And I think you saw some of that tonight. I think the Pistons were just not as, relentless or ruthless with the switching, to your point, Matt. But it's the offensive end that's a little bit weirder to me. It's why, if you bring Giddey out there to be, the ball in hand point guard, the primary initiator, and it's a bunch of Zach LaVine pick and rolls down the stretch, that's not putting Giddey in the best position to succeed. It's putting him in the corner where he doesn't get guarded. It's putting him in the dunker spot or making him set screens where he's not as comfortable. And so it worked out tonight because Zach was hitting his shots, but on nights where he isn't, and then you also have Giddey and you're trying to get downhill and there's too many guys down there and you can't, it's just a little bit clunky. And so I think that even though Zach is as good as he was tonight, there were still things where you look at that and you're saying the Bulls are not going to shoot, 7 of 15 on threes in the fourth quarter every game. That's not something we can always rely on. And so are we running offense that is sustainable, that even though the shot's not going in, we can still know we're going to get a good look? And it didn't feel like that was the case. It felt like they made shots. And that's not to discredit them. They made incredibly tough shots. Yeah. But I think it's a long-term thing that the Bulls have to figure out is, okay, how do we get Giddey involved in the offense if he doesn't have the ball in his hands? Because that is the big concern with him on the offensive end. If you're thinking about paying him, how do you survive minutes where he's off ball? And can you do that where he's not forcing you to play 4 against 5?
And like you said, it kind of went out the window and allowed Billy Donovan to cheat, for less of a better word, by letting Josh Giddey still stay in the game because of how Zach LaVine was cooking out there. So you can cheat and say, well, let's use what you do best, and that's facilitate. Let's get you the basketball in your hands and get it over to Zach and get the hell out the way. We can do that all night. What are you in? 11 points, 11 assists, 8 rebounds, I believe.
Giddey?
11, 10, and 8.
11, 10, and 8.
11, 10, and 8. So, that's awesome stuff, man. So, you saw that in the fourth quarter, and like you pointed out, Will, down the stretch as it got closer to the game being over, you saw him Io come in. You saw Giddey up off the floor. That's been the MO of how it's been in these past like 4, 5, 6 games. When it gets to that 4-minute mark, no matter what you're trying to cheat with, have a seat there. I'm going to need some Io DeSumo out here for this defense, man. But he definitely played well. I'm not here to crap on Josh Giddey tonight, man.
For sure.
He played well, and especially in that fourth.
Yeah, what I was saying is more about like how the Bulls need to play with him, not necessarily how he played.
Oh, I got you. I'm with you, bro.
Travis in the comments saying Giddey even looked athletic on that dunk tonight. Athletic is generous. He did get the ball.
He got up
in the hoop.
Yes, with 2 hands.
That dude is 6'8", and he barely got the ball on the rim. We got to take our first break here on CHGO Bulls Postgame. When we come back, plenty more thoughts on tonight's Bulls win over the Pistons. More thoughts from y'all out there. We got some super chats, and of course, eventually, we will have a Goon of the Night awarded.
Wow.
Stick around. Postgame tonight brought to y'all by our friends at Circa Sportsbook. Whether it's pro or college, football is back, y'all. Ain't it a beautiful thing? Unless you're a Bears fan, which we all are. It's okay, though. You can still enjoy it, just like Monday Night Football tonight. There's no Bears stress involved. You can just make some bets, have some fun, make some money. And the app to bet football is Circa Sports Illinois. Circa Sports is sports betting the way it should be. Circa Sports Illinois has high betting limits, low holds, and exceptional customer service. Bet on all your favorite teams in every game this season. Spreads, props, futures, or in-game betting. Circa has it all. Fund and bet like a pro from anywhere, anytime in Illinois. Download your new bookie today at circasports.com. Must be 21 and over. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. You can also bet on basketball, too, if you want. Seeing as how this here is a basketball show, shout out to our buddy Cody from CHGO Cubs, who I saw in the comments earlier, saying, hey, Jalen Duren, points, rebounds combined tonight over, hit midway through the third quarter.
Cody's smart.
Smart man.
Yes, he is.
Also, glad to see him back at work today.
Oh yeah, I didn't see him.
I thought Cody just like retired. Where you been, Cody? Taking a month off because baseball season's over?
Need you around,
Get
man.
your lazy butt back to work.
Happy to see you here. No, Matt's just cranky because he hasn't been able to talk ComEd yet. That's the only reason he's a little cranky about
that. That is why I'm cranky.
That's a little cranky, but we're going to take care of that right now, Matthew Peck.
Bring the cranky levels down.
I'm breaking it right on down. Bring it on down to cranky, fam. You know, ComEd, man.
Those ComEd savings up.
ComEd can help businesses save money by becoming more energy efficient.
I did not know that ComEd did that, Dave.
What can they do, man? The Energy Efficiency Program can help find up to 35% in energy savings.
35%?
Yeah.
That's huge.
Colossal.
It's not as much as the bull shot from 3 tonight, but it's huge.
It's up there.
So how does a business, go about doing that?
Well, I'm so glad you asked me that, Matthew Peck. Just sign up for a free facility assessment at ComEd.com/BIZ.
If it's that easy, if it's literally just going to their website and it's a free, like, why aren't more people doing this, Dave?
I mean, I'll just watch your mind blow just
I'm
like mine.
perplexed. I am vexed.
We don't understand what's going on. I mean, maybe they forgot the website.
How do you forget the website? You just told it to me.
Yeah.
ComEd.com/biz.
For the people.
ComEd.com/biz.
For everyone else.
ComEd.com/biz.
That's how you got to do it. Terms and conditions apply. Offers are subject to change. Actual savings will vary by customer. Energy and usage rate. The ComEd Energy Efficiency Program is funded in compliance with state law. Shout out to Lawrence.
Law on the draw?
Law on the draw.
Law
I saw
on
him
the
in there. I saw him in the
draw.
chat. Shout out to him, man.
What up, Law? All right, guys. So there is this part of the Bulls win tonight that I do want to bring up because we talked about how Zach went off in the fourth quarter, owned it, looked like awesome all-star Zach.
Shoot it, kaboot it.
Vooch got the Bulls off to a good start by looking like throwback, awesome all-star version of Vooch.
Orlando
6 threes. 6 made threes from your big man.
Crazy. Crazy.
Is it good? Is it bad? Is it not important when you're looking at this season's big picture goals?
Okay.
That Zach LaVine and Vooch, your 2 vet quasi-star players who by, most, tea leaf reading of what the Bulls front office is thinking right now are not part of your team's long-term plans, are the ones leading you to your victories this season, by and large. And in a season that is theoretically youth movement, the reason the Bulls won tonight is primarily Zach, Vooch, and also, to his credit, Coby, who might be more concretely involved in this team's long-term plans.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I don't know how we should feel about that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Okay. So long-term, no. It's not when it's the two guys that you're trying to trade. So if you're trying to trade Vooch, you're trying to trade Zach, no, it's not great that they're leading to these victories. But again, I'm on a different level with that than y'all are. Like, I'm okay with them being 4 or 5 games below 5. I'm cool with that. And I also know that they have to play because they have to be showcased. They're in a weird position that other teams just simply aren't in, who are trying to do something like they're doing, because they have to showcase Zach. They have to wipe his old slate clean with all the stuff that was put on there. Oh, he's not a winning player. Oh, he's a guy that gets injured all the time. Oh, he can't lead a team. They have to get rid of all of that and then still show that he can play within this system that Billy Donovan has implemented, and then show that he can be a dude who can score 20 or 30 points a game, and then be a dude that looks like he can affect winning, and then look like a good teammate on top of that, and then look like a good leader in the interview. So he's got more stuff they've got to do where they can't just sit him down or, just let him rest. He's got to play like that. Vooch having the year that he's having is just been outstanding. I thought it was going to happen for him, for sure, but just seeing it, saying it, and seeing it is two different things. Seeing what he's been doing has been amazing. So, yeah, you're being led by the two guys on your team who are your two best players. You're being led by them. And no, it's not great that they're the ones that's leading you to all these victories. But at the same time, you have to let them be showcased out there on the floor. I don't know how Billy Donovan does that or changes that, where he can showcase them and then pull it back, because those instincts to win will always take over. And I don't want a coach who don't want to win. And I understand what we're trying to do, but you still don't want somebody who don't want to win out there. If you lose, you lose. You're just not good enough. You're just not good enough. Hello, Houston Rockets game. Some things like that are just going to happen that way. But, yeah, they're in a really tough position because, it feels like, I should say, that they want to start over and, go younger and things like that. But when the league is the one that's saying we're not ready to make those trades yet, we got to see more, what do you do but continue to play them?
Yeah, I totally agree. It's just a tough spot. And I think that's self-imposed in a lot of ways, because that's the situation that they found themselves in.
Yes, that's true.
But, yeah, I mean, even, trades can't really happen until December 15th.
Right.
I know the trade deadline isn't until early February, but, with the way that the newly signed contracts work, a lot of those players on other teams can't even be moved. And then, as we've talked about a million times, the amount of teams that are going to be able to make a Zach trade in terms of the second apron and the money and being able to send out matching salary, that's a very small group of teams. At this point in the year, those teams are still trying to figure out who they are. Do they need to make a move like this? Because it is a drastic one. So though I get that those opportunities aren't yet available to them, at the same time, I do feel like we know Zach is back now. There aren't any questions to me about, and maybe that's because this is confirming what I already believed, but it just feels like at a certain point, this is who Zach is. It's no different. He's not hurt. He's shooting the ball incredibly well. He's scoring the ball well. He's bought into a system. He is doing everything that they could possibly ask of him. He's defending. He's being asked to defend the best players in the starting group. Same goes for Vooch. Vooch is just, part of it is that he's just on an incredible heater right now. He's just not missing. And that at some point is going to wear off because nobody shoots the way he's shooting for a full year. Mm-hmm. But it's just a tough spot for them to be in. And I think there's probably ways that they could massage it a little bit, where maybe you just peel back on their minutes a little bit. Maybe you get some more minutes for Madison there. Try to figure out ways where it's not so, because it feels very all in right now. It feels like they're doing everything. Yeah. Everything from literally benching the guy you just traded for in the fourth quarter so you can try to get wins. And to me, that's just a little bit in contrast with what it seems like their bigger picture goals are and what they should be. And I do think we're at a point now, 15 games in. What is it, 13 games in?
15.
15 games in where, all right, you're in 9th place. Is that where you want to live? Or do you need to take action to get yourself into another part of the Eastern Conference standings?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
people in the comments, our guy Connor saying he didn't think it was a bad thing. It's proven to the league that you could win with these guys. Give me that trade value, kind of to your point, Dave. I think that absolutely is valid, but we also know that finding trades for these guys midseason, despite Zach LaVine showing to everybody, hey, I'm back. Like, I look good.
Yeah.
Did you all see what I did in the fourth quarter just now?
Yeah.
And Vooch being like, yo, I'm having my best season since I got to Chicago so far. Contracts are tricky. Yeah. Midseason trades are tricky. Then all the way on the other end of the spectrum, as far as how Bulls fans feel about these being the guys leading you to wins, Mancho Villa Collections LTD in the comments said, I want to know what's the problem of Zach winning Chicago over, keeping him with the squad, letting Giddey go, good riddance parentheses, and going for Giannis on a 3-year with an option. Forget the draft pick. Following it up saying Milwaukee sucking this year is a game changer. With Coby and Io on 3-year deals, Patrick and the young guys, why can't Vooch be our Brooke Lopez type?
So many
defensive reasons a lot.
So, yeah. A lot to unpack there. Love your enthusiasm. First of all, Giannis signed a 3-year extension off of his existing Bucks contract. He is under contract with them until 2028.
Yeah.
27-28.
27-28. He's got a player option. Mm-hmm. We know that the Bucks got off to a rocky start this year. Giannis has said some things post-game. He's frustrated. Mm-hmm. You don't want to be here, get out. But we got to hear Giannis request a trade before we even start entertaining that.
That part.
Hasn't happened. And hey, if Zach looks like this, and okay, you wash your hands of the, in your opinion, mistake of the Giddey for Caruso trade, but you work with what you got. And Zach LaVine maintaining being part of what you got with Coby, with Io, with Dalen, with Julian, Patrick, these young guys, and maybe that plus a resurgent Vooch is enough to contend. I would immediately slam the brakes on that line of thinking. I think it's dangerous. I think it's irresponsible because to me, all you're talking about is the Bulls being a frisky 6th seed. And we've been stuck there too long. Like what is that? What does that get you? Honestly, if you're being honest with yourself about the ceilings of all those players and what they can do collectively as a team, what are we here to do? Are we here to win championships or are we here to go to the play-in tournament every year? Stop.
Giannis, no. The difference between Lopez and Vooch, I mean, yeah, there's a difference. I'll just say that. There's a difference for sure. And that's not to talk down on Vooch because, like I say, he's been spectacular this season for the Chicago Bulls. And it looks like the Orlando Vooch that the trade was made for as well. But when Giannis says, if you don't want to be here, then get out, he's already telling you, I'm going to be here. Mm-hmm. So I don't think we should even be worried or thinking about that or having that mindset like that. I do think you raise something I think people need to also understand that the reason we might feel like this also because there's also a possibility that Zach stays. Like, that's still on the table as well. Like, if a team still doesn't make a trade for Zach LaVine, he still would be here or might be here. So, again, that's a weird position to be in because if you're in that position and he stays, well, then you aren't going to be thinking about tanking. You aren't going to be thinking about getting worse. You're going to be thinking about trying to go to the playoffs. That's what your mind is going to be. If you keeping Zach LaVine and you're keeping Nikola Vucevic, that's where you're at. Of course, I would like the trades to be made. I think it's time for the trades to be made. I like the Bulls to go into a different direction and go younger in this stacked draft class that's going on right now. But that's also a possibility that it doesn't happen for him. And it's just a weird line to walk, honestly. So I can't wait for December 15 to show up, man, and these rumors to start because some of these questions need to be answered, and it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough, but I want him to get younger. Yes, I would love him to get younger. I don't believe me and Matt are always going to disagree about going to the playoffs. I want the play-in, no. I don't want to go play-in, but the playoffs, yes. I want to go to the playoffs. That shows me your team has really done stuff that season, and that's an improvement for me.
But you don't mind going through the play-in to get to the playoffs.
No, I don't want the play. This year, I don't want the play-in at all. No play-in. I don't want the play-in at all.
You sure?
At all.
Little Bulls-Hawks action?
No, that don't work on me. At all, my friend.
Okay.
At all. I don't want it.
All right, we got to take another quick break. When we come back on the other side, more thoughts from tonight's game, more of y'all's thoughts in the comments. We got to talk Patrick Williams. We just do.
Katie's favorite player.
That's coming up next on CHGO Bulls postgame. Tonight's postgame brought to you by Sunnyside.
Something's wrong with him. Listen, man.
Coach just flashed me a trade machine.
Go ahead.
Coach always on that trade
Goat
machine.
is insane, man.
Sunnyside Cannabis Dispensary, here to elevate your fall, Chicago. Sunnyside is your home for judgment-free cannabis shopping. They have a crazy selection. I'm talking over 100 different strains to choose from. Also offering easy online ordering and in-store pickup. Stop into the store nearest you throughout Illinois for expert guidance from their staff and select from quality lines like Cresco and FloraCal. And when I say throughout Illinois, I do mean throughout Illinois. They have dispensary locations as far south as Champaign, all the way north as far as South Beloit. Mm-hmm. And right now, a limited time offer only. You got to check out some of these great deals on Good News Brands Island Vibes. Available in disposable vapes, 510 carts, and live resin gummies. Check out Next Level Staycations. Check out Destination Relaxation. Check out Puff Puff Paradise. All in that Good News Island Vibes line of products. Visit Sunnyside.shop for bright buys every day, including 50% off your first 3 online purchases. That's the same number of wishes that the genie gave Aladdin. That's what we're doing for you. Enter promo code HICHGO at checkout to qualify. Exclusions apply. Sunnyside Kansas Dispensary bright buys every day, only for 21 and over Illinois Med card holders.
You know, one of the best things about doing the show is Katie finding out our insanity and little other things and little other nuances where she's like, what the hell are y'all doing?
I'm just completely positive that it did not say that in the script. So
what? The thing about the genie and
the
line?
number
wishes?
of wishes
that is
the
not
genie
in the
gave
ad
Aladdin.
I'm about to say it's line 4.
That is in my crazy worm brain.
Oh, but he wants floors.
I do want floors.
That's what's in his other brain.
Floors.
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 No matter what?
No matter what.
What?
Empire Today. That's who does them. Because with Empire Today, you get to shop at home convenience, the right product for your needs, quick and professional installation, and of course, that low price guarantee. Empire's philosophy is to help you find what you need, not overwhelm you with thousands of choices and substitutes, no woosies and wazies. What they leave out, that's in here too. What they leave out of their selection is as important as what they put in. Empire's product team exhaustively combs through thousands of product samples each year to find the perfect styles. Of course, they got the virtual floor designer. It's a great way to see how those new floors will look in any space. It's easy. Just snap that pic, clickety-clack, and instantly see how the new floors will look in your room. Shopping for those floors at a big box store can be very frustrating. You might be talking to Biff, the 15-year-old kid who's only been working there for a week. He don't know what he's talking about because he's never owned a home because he is not an adult. So how can he help you with the floors that you want in yours? He don't understand it. His name is Biff. That says enough. All right? But Empire Today, the flooring is all Empire does. They live and they breathe flooring. So you can be confident you're getting honest, upfront advice. And my favorite thing that they do, they service their own warranties. If you have an issue or it does arise, then they will service those warranties themselves. You won't have to track down the manufacturer's phone number. Check the gams when you say this. Schedule a free in-home estimate today. All listeners can receive $350 off when they use the promo code CHGO. Restrictions apply. See EmpireToday.com/CHGO for details. 588-2300. Seinfeld.
See how Katie stood up right before so she didn't have to get called on? Empire Today.
She act like Guna tonight ain't coming.
It's Empire.
It's Empire.
Empire.
We should keep a top 5 of Katie's tricks to not seeing Empire
Also,
Today. She's had some
Katie,
really
That doesn't work on
What
me.
were you trying to tell me just then?
I was asking you to pick up the bobblehead so that I could have it in
you
your
need
one
to work
shot.
on your miming skills.
I don't know how more.
You should have gone
What
like
is it?
this.
I
You
love
should have gone
you
like
saying
this.
Pick up one of the
I
beers,
did that.
and I was
I
like,
went
it's
like
not a
this.
Coors Light
I didn't
read.
see
It's
it.
a whatever. It's an Empire, and I did not see that the bobblehead
I don't
was
know
sitting
how
there.
I could be more clear than I
What
just
did you?
was.
I didn't see the hand gestures at all.
I went like this,
Yeah.
and then I went like this, and then I went like this, and then I pointed to the TV, and none of it went through.
I did not register
I
the
got you.
this and the that with the
Yeah.
bobblehead. You see,
I was
the
there.
head would. Yeah,
you
that
wanted me
would
to
have
register bobblehead go like this.
No, that's true. Yes.
You just did that for fun a minute ago.
Yeah,
You
it's
know?
how he lives. What's going on?
I'm a human bobblehead.
Shout out to Goat. He understood
Oh
me.
man. Here's a fun stat, guys, as we
Mhm.
continue breaking down tonight's game.
Okay.
Via Bulls PR. Vooch, Zach, and Coby, first trio in franchise history to each score 25 points or more while making 5 or more three-pointers.
Wow.
They are just the 7th trio
Mhm.
in NBA history to accomplish that feat.
The what trio?
7th trio in
Wow.
NBA history to
That's-
accomplish that feat.
That's impressive, man.
Three
Hey,
teammates, 25 plus points, 5 plus made threes in the same game.
clap that up for them, man.
Good stuff.
That is very good.
Now we just need Patrick Williams to jump in there the fun the next time. It'll be 4 teammates with 25 plus points on 5 or more made threes.
Mm-hmm.
Let's
Let's see it.
What's
Let's
the
see
odds
it.
of that
I'm
happening?
here. I'm here for it. When's it happening? Call me up. Wake me
Yo.
up when it happens. I'm here for the 20 points.
The collective, we all just bust a gut laughing at the same time tonight.
Mm.
Can y'all guess when that was?
We
Can y'all
scored
guess
20.
when we, in unison, let out guffaws of Bulls fans watching something of the failboat category?
Oh my God.
Because was it Patrick Williams' 7th missed dunk attempt of this young here season?
yeah, we all just
7 missed dunk attempts? Somebody in the comments earlier, I think it may have been our guy Flipside, said, is there such a thing as a dunk coach? Like there's a shooting coach. And
good
can we
question.
hire one for Patrick Williams?
dang, that's a man.
What kind of yips does he have? We saw a string of 4, maybe even 5 games. We were like, hey, Pat's doing some stuff. These last couple.
They've been tough, man. They've been tough. And Patrick, and this has just been consistently throughout his years here, is he gets off to these, he'll get off to a slow start, but then he'll hit a spurt. And you're like, oh, okay. Oh, okay. Oh, all right. Oh, that's 5 straight games of him doing awesome stuff. Here comes number 6. Yes. All right. Let's all relax. I know what I'm getting out of Pat. And then clang trolley bell. Like it's all sad after that. And we don't know what we're getting. Was 8 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists tonight, 3 of 10 from the field. Was 2 of 4 from the 3-point line, but that is normal Patrick Williams stuff. His 3-point numbers always look a little high because he doesn't attempt a lot. And he'll hit like this, 2 of 4, 3 of 5, or something like that. But watching the game, I don't know what goes wrong, Will. Like, honestly, I really don't know what goes wrong. Because he'll make that move to the move he made to the bucket when he went inside and tried to put his shoulder into defender and then tried to spin and then tried to spin again and then just lofted up something and we don't know where the ball went. I don't think he knew where the ball went. But just watching that happen when I haven't seen it happen for like the past 5 or 6 games, just watching him miss another dunk, and I mean just a wide open, 2-handed dunk, and it just he missed it again. So it's been tough for him this season to find that consistency where I can get like 10 straight games of something I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, this is what I can probably expect you to be like. And then maybe have a couple of bad games. But then it happens to every NBA player, right? Like they're going to go through some slumps. But it feels like Pat has been on this trajectory kind of his whole tenure here with the Bulls.
Well, in terms of the dunks, I'm not really sure I can offer much advice there.
What?
Maybe if this were
With
a
the cast
7.5,
on the goal, we know
maybe
you
this
can
is a
get
7.5 foot rim. I could
I
throw him a
would assume
pointer
the
or two.
Goat's got a couple of dunk contest trophies in his
That's
trophy
my
case at
assumption
home.
right there.
Maybe if this was, like one of those where there's like the trampolines and the people jumping.
My money's on you, Goat.
I don't know. So I don't know what the deal with that is. I think he's like 2 for 7 on dunks this year. That's insane.
That's wild.
But everything else, I mean, I think I said this last week when he was playing well, where you saw like the 3, 4, 5 game stretch, whatever it was, where it's like he's gonna do some stuff and then it's gonna probably go away a little bit.
Yeah.
And then he's gonna do some stuff and it's probably gonna go away a little bit. But what I liked about that stretch was that to me that felt like as prolonged a stretch as we've seen from him.
It's been a while.
Where like he was stringing together multiple good games, not or like at least halves, not just, a quarter here or 2 or 3 sequences in a row. Like, and that's what I feel like it had been. So to me, I already feel like we are getting a little bit more of it. I do think he defended well tonight.
He did.
Cade had just kind of a tough night, and I think Patrick did a good job on him. But
I agree.
The Pistons are a bigger team. I mean, they have Tobias Harris, they have Ron Holland, they have Cade, like bigger guards, bigger wings that can, I think, Patrick has had success when he's been able to use his strength and athleticism and physicality against smaller guys on him.
Sure.
Like I've noted a couple of times where he's had Darius Garland on him and he would just go straight to the block. Like you can't really do that with Tobias Harris.
Yeah.
So I do think that was a little bit of a change, a little bit different. I still think he's too reliant on his jump shot, and I think he needs to continue to drive more, get to the foul line more. He had a really nice drive today where he finished over Duren. I thought that was really nice. But yeah, I mean, that's like one play out of, 100 that he was a part of.
Yeah.
And it just needs to be more consistent. But I do think that like that consistency, it's never going to be linear. It hasn't been with him, and I don't think it will be. But at least we're seeing longer stretches of it. And he's got to now shake off these 2 bad games and like get into the next one. Like that's the key. And I think it's just really about like preventing it from the bad stretches becoming longer than the good stretches.
And I completely agree with that. What bothers me more than anything is I see these stretches where he's playing well, and then when he falls off, it's not like I've had a bad game fall off. It's yo, what are you doing out there? Kind of fall off. Like, are you? What?
Why so dry?
You so dry. There's no sweat dripping. There's no sweat on the brow. What is going on? But dude, like that's what confuses me about Pat is I see those nice stretches, and Coby has those stretches where he's just having a tough nights of shooting, and it just looks like his shot ain't right. But I haven't been like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Like I haven't had those kind of questions. Or Zach even this season had games where his shooting wasn't on point, and he just said, well, I'm gonna go rebound, well, I'm gonna go do other stuff. And that's kind of my thing with Pat. It's like when it goes wrong, everything in his game just completely goes wrong when he's having a bad game. Can't dribble, can't shoot, can't hit a lot of 3-point shots, can't hit the mid-range, rebounds out the window, turning the ball over a lot. Like everything, you know what I mean? Like just happens in a horrible way, like all around the board. When he's playing well all around the board, it looks great. It's like, okay, you're scoring a little bit, you're passing a little bit, you're dribbling a little bit, you're shooting a little bit. And it's like, okay, I can take that. That looks great. I never question his defense or anything like that. He's a solid defender and always has been. He is going to be a solid defender. That is what he can hang his hat on for sure. But, man, I'm just looking for more of the consistency and not just the epic fall-offs, because the fall-offs are just epic, and then he comes back up to that baseline average thing. I just don't want it to keep falling way down here, man, because that's a long way to climb to get back to the baseline, bro.
Yeah.
It's a long climb. It's a long road. It's a long way to the top if you want to rock and roll.
You melted my face off. If it is a thing like where it's like, hey, that's a long climb back, you need to be in the right mindset to go through that fight. And I don't know about you guys, but I saw Pat's body language walking to the bench after he missed that dunk.
Yeah.
And I was like, this dude is not confident. It's 2 bad games. He just had 5 good games, arguably, before that. Yeah. But it's like, how quickly does Pat's confidence fall off a cliff?
Yeah.
Because of one play here or one play there. Yeah. Because I mean, he looked like he was disgusted with himself for missing that dunk, going to timeout. And you should be, because you're 6'8", your hands are gigantic. Io, your teammate, fed you a gorgeous no-look pass under the hoop, and you got just like, here's a free dunk. And how do you fail to convert that? It boggles the mind. We do have some ideas for who Pat's dunking coach should be in the comments. Amari saying hire Vince Carter. solid dunk coach option.
Fair.
Obviously, Zach LaVine, solid candidate, his own teammate. CJRT saying, I recommend Nate Robinson. Hell yes. Yes, absolutely yes. That dude, what is Zach LaVine? 5'8"? 5'8".
Nate?
I'm sorry, Nate Robinson.
Yeah.
5'8".
5'8", yeah.
He is a foot shorter than Patrick Williams. 3-time NBA slam dunk champion.
He did. That's him. Kryptonite.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
Shout out Nate, man.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, I'm just tired of the fall. I don't want that for now because it's just very hard to do to get yourself back up, man. But it's like when his game goes bad, it's like Murphy's Law. You know what I mean? Like that's what's going on when it's not going right. And when it is going cool, we're just so excited. I'm so excited over there to watch him actually get 17 points and 8 rebounds and 4 assists and 2 steals and a block. Like that is cool to watch. And I'm not saying I'm going to get that every single time, but he can give me 13, 4, 2, and you know, whatever else you want to add on to those things. But it's just these kind of games when they become back to back to back and being consistent. Will's right. Throw it out the window. Get back to this next game against Milwaukee. He plays well. He defends well, I think, against Giannis, the best he possibly can against a guy like that. So just forget it. Let's get back. And, man, let's start the climb again, Pat.
Amari said, talk to your teammates in the locker room, man. Jacob saying, Pat just needs a hug and probably a girlfriend.
I don't know his personal life.
I don't know what's going on in his personal life, but I'm sure that there are plenty of single people out there who are professional athletes who are doing just fine. We got to take one more quick break. When we come back, we've got a Goon of the Night to award. We also have some super chats we will get to. Throw us one yourself if you feel like it while we share these words from our friends and sponsors. And, of course, don't make Katie tell you again in the comments. Hit that like button.
Should pull out the guns.
Don't make us bring Troll Joe back. Patrick Williams' first bucket tonight? Did that hit? No, I don't think so.
Oh, man.
Stick around here on CHGO Bulls postgame.
Beer. We drink it.
Oh, yeah.
We like it.
Yeah.
It's enjoyable. Watch it, what it does to this young man right here. Riled up, embrace chill. Riled less. He has embraced chill, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm chill, man.
That's what he's done.
I'm chill.
Between work, social media, and the choices life throws our way, it's no wonder we're more worked up. Coors Light celebrates rising above and choosing a chill mindset. Why not turn that rained out barbecue into the Will to Go Gottlieb and Will Purdue 815th annual karaoke house party?
Woo!
I hope we can come. Or after a tough loss, settle scores with an ice cold peace offering. Make the choice to choose chill, then reach for a Coors Light. Is mountain cold refreshment because when those mountains turn blue, oh yes, you know what to do. It's cold lager, cold filtered, and cold packaged for a smooth finish. When they need to embrace that chill mindset, it's time to crack open an ice cold Coors Light. Mountain cold refreshment that is crisp and refreshing as the Colorado Hurricanes. Make the most out of the times you choose to chill. Choose Coors Light. Get Coors Light delivered straight to your door via Instacart by going to ChGO Basketball. CHGO Basketball. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Bill just likes all my stuff.
Ray!
Darn right I do.
Ray. Good old Ray.
My man, Ray.
Ray Chevy, with the Black Friday sales event going on all month long at Ray Chevrolet, you can score doorbuster deals on your next vehicle without the door-busting stress. Those horrifying videos of people standing outside of Best Buy at 1 a.m. What's wrong? What's wrong with you people?
It's my total.
Head in today to shop Ray Chevy's huge selection of new Chevy models with special Black Friday prices. Right now, take $3,250 up to $13,000 off MSRP on most new Chevy models, or shop over 125 of their vehicles priced under $20,000. As one of the top-selling Chevy dealers in the entire Midwest, you'll always be able to shop one of Chicagoland's largest Chevy inventories. Visit our partner this November at their location on Route 12 in Fox Lake or at raychevrolet.com. And if you've heard of Ray Chevrolet, then of course that means you've also heard of Ray's Price Promise. Their guarantee to you to make your next vehicle more affordable than ever with no price changing, no add-ons, no hidden fees, ever. Forever. That means the incredible prices we're talking about now, you can expect to see the very same prices when you shop Ray Chevy in-store and online. Shop the Black Friday sales event all month long by visiting Ray Chevrolet in Fox Lake or raychevrolet.com. They've been serving the community since 1963. Together, let's drive. Speaking of 1963, Ray Chevy has been around longer than the Chicago Bulls as a franchise. 1966. Shout out to them. Before we get to Goon of the Night and Super Chats, a somber piece of news also that broke while this game was happening tonight. The Bulls PR announcing on their various social media platforms that Bulls legend Bob Love passed away earlier today after a long battle with cancer. Younger Bulls fans might not remember the man, the player, know the name, or vaguely hear of the name or have seen the name, because where you've seen it is on one of the banners hanging atop the United Center rafters. One of just 4 players for this franchise to have their number and name retired and hanging up there. Bob Love's number 10, alongside, of course, MJ the GOAT, Scottie Pippen, the 2 6-time champs, and Storm and Norman.
Oh, Jerry Sloan.
Jerry Sloan, sorry, yeah.
So, Jerry Sloan was the first number they retired.
Sloan was number 1.
The second number they retired was Bob Love. Just to let you know how cold Bob Love was. Like, he is a prototypical NBA player today. Like, his game fits today because the dude is long and he gets buckets all day long, man. And just the scoring, I believe he's third. Like, Jordan is first, of course, obviously. I'm talking all-time scoring. Jordan's first and Pippen is second, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct.
But Bob Love is third.
Bob Love is number 3 on that list with 12,623 points.
That dude could score, all right? And, yeah, in the 70s, he was on that great team they had, as you mentioned, with Norm Van Leer, with Jerry Sloan, with Chet Walker.
Chet the Jet.
Also, they took that team to the Western Conference Finals.
75.
Bulls used to be in the Western Conference, kids.
Sure did.
Lost to the Golden State Warriors and Rick Barry.
In 7 games.
Sure did. And Rick Barry and them ended up winning the championship. So, but yeah, the Bulls were a stacked team at that time. But Bob Love had always been a scorer, always an elite scorer, and just an awesome human being and just a really good person. I appreciate C-Red Fred for allowing me to meet Bob Love. He invited me to an event that Bob Love was having once, and I got to go there and meet Bob Love and ask him questions and nerd out for a second with him and just talk, man. And that was just a really cool feeling. He was always inviting, to anybody around him. He was just, he loved talking basketball, and he just really enjoyed people. This is from my point of view when I met him, man. But yeah, rest in peace to Bob Love. Just a really good dude.
I met him once. I was probably 13 or 14. I was just at a Bulls game. I think they were playing the Heat. It was like probably 2006. And I was just like trying to get to my seat. And he was in one of the, one of the entryways. And I like did not know who he was, but my dad like explained it. And so he like signed my jersey. He was super nice. And I believe, I can't remember if he was at the Ring of Honor.
He was.
So I think I probably
he was part of the inaugural Ring of Honor class.
Said hello to him. So,
of inductees.
And that's what we were talking about the other week, where it's like, those are the kind of moments where you feel like the Ring of Honor really matters. So it's like, you never know when's the last time a Bulls legend is going to be around the premises with his teammates, with the people that he was in the organization with. So that's really nice to know that. And yeah, I mean, just seemed like such a great, I do remember actually interviewing him, and he was just super nice. Yeah. I'll see if I can find the video of that.
Super nice.
Yeah, I remember seeing him chatting at that. It was sort of like a red carpet entry. All the guys making their way through for the Bulls Ring of Honor night, the reception that they held. And yes, Colin, in the comments, I did accidentally say Storm and Norm because that is who my brain is thinking of when I think of like jersey numbers and who should come next. I know there's been a lot of talk about that with Derrick Rose recently because he officially announced his retirement earlier this year. I think Norm should be up there too.
Without a doubt.
Also, Sloan is one that slips out of my brain as far as Bulls legends.
I know where you're going.
He will always be the head coach of the hated Utah Jazz to me. Always. Always. Always.
Great player for the Bulls, man. That's a bulldog.
Oh, yeah.
But
absolute legend.
But Bob Love was
of a generation gone by.
He was kind of the opposite of game-wise of those two guards because he was smooth.
Yeah.
Like, he was smooth, man. He got buckets. If you can ever go watch highlights of Bob Love, like, for real, go check him out, man. That dude could play. It was the reason he was a 3-time All-Star and an All-NBA player. So, yeah, he's a
Yes, rest in peace to Bob Love, true legend. Glad that he was able to experience that honor of the Bulls' inaugural Ring of Honor ceremony before passing.
Shout out.
Not everybody is that lucky when it comes to getting those honors. All right, with that, I think it's time to figure out who won a certain other award tonight.
To be the man, you gotta beat the man. Now, I'm the man. Woo!
Good of the night. Ow! I can feel the power coursing through my veins when I hold the belt. Brought to you by Empire Today. All they do is floors, 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 no matter what. 580 to 300. Katie!
She literally just unplugged her headphones and scampered away.
Herself away from the producer's chair.
That was impressive. I mean, man.
Katie.
The biceps are strong. Just roar. Katie.
Katie.
We were looking for Empire.
Katie.
Empire Today.
Tonight. Goon of the night. Katie is so cool, man. I like how she feels that will stop my insanity. It fuels it, Katie. Oh, Matt Peck. Sir, let's go to you first.
I mean,
Goon of the night. Who you got?
All kinds of great candidates. I mean, you could give it posthumously to Bob Love.
You could.
You could give it to Zach LaVine for doing the MJ Game 1 of the 92 finals. I'm going to hit 6 threes in your face real quick, but doing it in 1 quarter instead of 1/2.
Yes. Queer tear.
Occam's razor. The obvious answer is almost always the correct answer. The one staring you in the face. Dalen Terry tried to fight Isaiah Stewart tonight. That is goon shit. That is, I might wake up with fewer limbs than I have right now tomorrow morning, depending on how the next 3 to 5 minutes goes. Hope he didn't go looking for him in the visitors' locker room.
Actually, I kind of hope he did.
Dalen Terry was being the aggressor.
He was.
In an under-the-basket scuffle with Isaiah freaking Stewart, a man who has a certain reputation of wanting to tear people's heads off on an NBA court.
A slight one.
Dalen, buddy, I love you too much to see you hurt like that. But you know what? I would say I'd give Dalen an outside shot in that fight.
Mm-hmm.
He's scrappy.
Scrappy.
He's freaking scrappy.
Scrappy, man.
Either way, that's freaking good shit, man. Dalen all the way.
Oh, man.
Go look up on YouTube, Twitter, whatever social media of choice, and look up Isaiah Stewart trying to fight LeBron.
Dude.
And you will know why the answer is both that Matt gave is both correct and it's the only answer. He tried to fight Isaiah Stewart.
Yeah.
That's it.
Stewart's crazy.
Katie?
Yeah, I'm going with Dalen Terry here
He's
too.
got blood streaming down his eyes. He's held back by like 6 people. He's charging LeBron James.
Isaiah Stewart has been on an NBA court looking like one of the lead actors in the Battle of the Bastards episode of Game of Thrones.
Can we show a video of this just so people remember how insane this was?
No. I'm sorry, but no.
Oh my God.
It's
Look
Dalen
it up,
Terry.
people.
I would like to give a secondary nomination to myself for that move, but it's Dalen Terry.
Blood was streaming from his eyes.
Where was the streaming from? Will?
His eyes.
His eyes. My God, his eyes. Well, been a lot of goon stuff happening today, ladies and gentlemen, which is why I like it so much. So, goon of the night. I'm going to be real. I wanted to give it to Zach. I did. I wanted to give it to Zach. And then, for a second, I wanted to give it to Katie. But, you know, she got to earn it. Yeah, don't deserve it yet. But as Matt pointed out, this is what I created this whole thing for. Was the stuff Dalen Terry was doing on the floor, man. It's
people
got to
have
go to
spoken.
Dalen Terry, man. It's
people
what this
have
was
spoken.
made for. It This was made for those kind of moments of some dude ready to fight a referee to go fight somebody else. That is the antithesis of what the Goonage is, ladies and gentlemen. Dalen Terry was ready to get down. And I appreciate the refs for not throwing nobody out, for just calling a couple of texts and letting them play on. Thank you for doing that. But yes, Dalen Terry, I ain't scared of nobody. I will fight you, and yes, you. He'll fight all y'all, man. He don't care. And I love that, having that kind of player on this team. Dalen Terry, you, sir, well-earned Goon of the night.
I mean,
I've never hit this button before. I didn't know how we went this far.
Never stop hitting this button. Hit this button the entire time. Where's this button been all my life? Are you kidding me? Where's that button been? What is going on? We could have been on this. What? The royalty of Goon.
What is that button called?
Oh,
Royal
yes.
fanfare.
I
Say it
need
again.
that every time.
Royal fanfare.
Royal
I
fanfare.
need it
My
all
goodness.
day long. I need that
how did
all
I know
the
that Big
time.
Dave was going to
Oh.
love that audio drop?
Adore it. That is what it's for.
Where has this been my whole life? Oh, you, sir, are a goon yourself.
Hey, you can't create the belt without knowing what it takes, Matt. You got to know what it takes, sir. Absolutely.
Chris in the comments, Dave isn't letting this button go.
Ever. Be rolling home with that playing as I go to the crib.
CGRT thinks you need to work on your Queen's Wave, however, Dave.
Well, I'm a king, and that's why I don't have a Queen's Wave, sir. So, hey, I do King's Wave. I don't even know.
God.
But I know how this King waves, and it's just like this. How you doing? What's up?
By the
Oh,
way,
my God.
Dalen
Congrats
Terry,
to Dalen Terry.
Yes.
now the first person to win twice in this season. Everybody else has only won once. Dalen is the first repeat of the season.
I would have
Yeah.
put all the money in the world on that.
Yeah, seriously, man. He was the
First-
preseason favorite.
First multi-time good
Yeah.
winner in season.
The preseason favorite for Goon of the year was Dalen Terry, man. And he is not letting any of us down so far. He has been awesome. He has had 2 and 1 possible already this season. Shout out to him.
Yeah, Goat Amari in the comments says that you have to let DT know at the next presser that he is, in fact, good tonight. He has taken the
Make
throne
him aware.
from his head coach Billy Donovan, who was our most recent winner
This is
before
true.
tonight,
This is true.
for saying in a post-game press coverage, "Holy crap, Patrick dunked tonight." Paraphrasing, but basically.
I wanted to stop the game.
And it's gone.
That was still probably
God.
one of my favorites. Is Billy's. It's just like, yo, dude. I almost called time out.
Oh, my
Like, yo.
God.
Oh,
Okay,
it's good stuff.
we got to shout out a couple super chats real quick,
Okay.
and then we'll get out of here. What do we got? I'm pretty sure I saw Prison Mike. That's right, our guy Prison Mike, who said this super is just to celebrate a win in any sport in Chicago.
Fair point.
Also for Dave's Gams,
Shout out.
Goats Quaff, and Peck shirt, which should get some Goon of the night love. Appreciate you, Prison Mike.
Yes.
It just gets its own. Goats Quaff
Great
gets its
super
own.
chat.
The Gams, they're always around, so they always get credit and love.
Yeah.
Also, Laura Lou dropped a super chat saying, "Just here for the memes, like memories."
Like memories. Yeah.
Okay, and the cuisine. Is that a LaVine cuisine shout out?
That's how I thought it. That's how I took it.
Throwback.
She is a huge LaVine fan.
That's an outsider's viewer right
yeah,
there.
that's an outsider's viewer.
Do you still have your LaVine cuisine T-shirt?
Of course I
'Cause
do.
I still got mine.
Of course I still have that shirt.
Need to
What?
bust that out sometime.
A T-shirt is still we made up. Yes.
Yeah.
Hold on to that. You better believe it, man.
All right, so Bulls back on the right track after a couple of rough L's. They are, as Goat said at the beginning, this was night 2 of 5 games in 7 nights.
Oof.
So brace yourselves. Bulls are off tomorrow. They'll be back in action up in Milwaukee, taking on the Bucks Wednesday before their Friday, Saturday back-to-back.
And just to take the Bucks won tonight, they beat the Rockets by 1.
There you go.
Yeah, Dame hit a big shot, I guess, in the final seconds.
Which is that's a big win for them. Trying to get
Huge.
their season back on track, and the
Huge.
Rockets were, well, whooped our ass last night
Mhm.
and are surging. That looks like a real team out there.
Mm-hmm.
Laura Lou said, I got to get me one of them. Also, hi, I haven't been here in a year, hence the memes. Welcome back, Laura Lou. Always good to see you around.
Always great to see you.
That's right. A big Zach LaVine fan, that Laura Lou.
Yes.
Well, yeah, he had one tonight. Once again, please, to make Katie happy, to make Dennis Rodman happy, to make all of us happy, make yourselves happy, hit that like button.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a little endorphin rush, a little release. Just hit the thumbs up button, and your whole body will feel like a wave of thumbs ups.
A lot of shoulder action out of Matt today. It's like
shimmy?
the third shimmy we've
Little
seen.
shimmy on that, Peck?
I got plenty of shimmy on my shoulders. Sometimes, just need to bust them out for the right reasons.
Need a reason. Yeah. Oh, you're right. You're all about the shoulders. We told you there. I just caught a lot of memories. Okay, yeah, a lot of memes, as you would say.
A lot of memes. Is that something the kids are saying these days? Memes?
Memes.
Chris Davis saying, how is this legal? 5 games in 7 nights? Yeah, it's brutal.
It is.
People always talk about the whole 4 games in 5 nights thing.
Yeah.
5 and 7 is
5 and 7 is a lot.
Back to back, day off, game, day off, back to back.
Yeah.
Brutal.
That's a lot, ladies and gentlemen. That's
that
a lot.
It is. But we'll see what they can do against the Bucks, a team that they have already beaten this season, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How about that?
Bucks coming.
Bulls are off tomorrow, but we will be here, live show for y'all, 5:30 Central Time, talking about all things Bulls, Bulls Nation, NBA. Make sure you join us then. Make sure in the meantime, read Goat's stuff, allchgo.com is where you can find it, because he's real smartsies. Will Purdue said the same thing last night.
Word for word.
Yeah, real smartsies.
I need to get that clip and whatever is the equivalent of framing a video, I want to do that with that clip and just
You
save
need
it
to make
forever.
an NFT digital trading card of Will Purdue saying that about your basketball writing and knowledge.
So what do we say?
Will_Gottlieb is where you can follow him. Big Dave is at Bow, BNWL Sports. I'm Bulls_Peck. We are CHGO Bulls. Shout out to the queen of the controls, Katie Duffy. I will not be by the producer's microphone.
Well, I don't like these sound effects.
Can you do the royalty one
you
more
know
time?
what? If you don't like those sound effects, Katie, how about you play us out? There you go. Read my mind.
We all silly like the mayor.